Alright, so this is my little theory on how these YouTubers are getting hacked by Poodle Corp and whatnot. Because if you've heard of a person called Boogie2988, so Boogie2988, basically just a YouTuber, gamer and stuff. He makes like little talk shows and stuff on his YouTube channel. Well, little talk videos I should say, not shows. But anyway, so he got hacked recently by I think it was Poodle Corp. All these YouTubers are getting hacked by the same people, I'm assuming. But what's happened is he had two-factor authentication on. So let's put that here. I think that's how you spell it. I really don't care. So yeah, that turned on, and basically what that does is it sends a SMS to your phone. Basically, if you forget your password, is a really shitty drawing of a phone. There we go. So, two-factor authentication, that'll give them a code. Let's say, okay, Boogie, you forgot your password, here's your code, whatnot. So, yeah, you'll do that, use that, and then you can get access to your account. Like, there's your YouTube/Gmail. Anyway, so that's so basically what it does is it just connects up to your phone, sends you a text message of a code, and you have to use that code to log in. Now you think that would be more secure, and because if you don't do that, it will just send an email, well, an email to an email, which is what you're trying to get into. So, unless you're using Hotmail or something as well. But yeah, anyway. So if you forget your password, that, right? So what these hackers like Poodle Corp, I'm pretty sure this is what they're doing. This is what Boogie said anyway in his video. Is that because his number got leaked off the internet, basically Poodle Corp basically said to Verizon, "Hey, I lost my phone. Can you transfer my SIM card details and whatnot to my other phone?" And like, oh yeah, okay, what's the number? Alright, here's the number. You put Boogie's number, and then they get the actual phone like transferred, and then these hackers try to log into Boogie's account. It will do the two-factor authentication. They'll get the text message on their phone they just got transferred by a shitty company like Verizon. It's an American thing, by the way, if you're Australian like me. It's basically like Telstra and Optus and whatnot. But yeah, basically Verizon would send the text message to the hacker's little phone that they just got transferred. He'll get the code, then he can get access to his YouTube and Gmail. And if you have access to Gmail, which most people use in Gmail, not many people use in Hotmail and other email services, is once they have access to the YouTube and Gmail, they now have access to the Twitter, because of their Twitter, and yeah, just forgot my pass. So either that would do another text message if they're using the same authentication on the mobile. They'll get another code and get access to Twitter. But if they don't have it on there, they'll get an email to their Gmail. So regardless, the hacker's going to have their Twitter account. So here's my like little solution. Don't use this, despite like many tech heads saying, "Oh, you should use that, otherwise you'll get hacked." But that seems to be the culprit that's making people getting hacked. Basically, an easy way you can do, alright, is I'll just draw a line up to here. So instead of doing two-authentication, just get them up with a password, something more than about like 10 characters. It's a bit excessive, you might think, but I don't know, just do something like secure as fuck, and just put like exclamation marks and yeah, something like that, right? And so that'll be a pretty strong password, I guess. But for your important stuff, right, say YouTube, you could like do a better thing like this. I just use it. Something like that. Secure is YT, or for Facebook you do, yeah, just minor things like that to help you remember. So yeah, Facebook, YouTube, you can come up with one on Twitter if you like, but obviously you're going to probably forget these passwords, but this is just to help you, because don't have the same password on every site unless it's something like you don't give a shit about, like Roblox or Club Penguin. If it's something like Gmail, PayPal, yeah, come up with a different password for each, because if like one gets hacked, you can probably get access to the rest of them as long as they don't have authentication. So yeah, you can get access to pretty much all your accounts by the forget my password. It will send an email to your hacked Gmail, and if they're all the same password, they don't even have to click forget my password. They can just log in with the same password that you use for your email. So that's if like some leak happens, like say they get the passwords in plain text or something. Well, yeah, just don't have the same passwords, right? But an easy way to remember is a bit old school. Get a notepad, just write your passwords on it and put it somewhere where nobody would think. And unless you're in a shitty neighborhood, you got to be really careful where you put it. But yeah, what I've done is I have this floppy drive on my computer, or my main computer, not my 98 build. But I have this floppy drive, and it has SD card stuff in it, but the floppy drive part of it doesn't actually work. So what I do is I get a dead floppy drive, or floppy disk that doesn't work, have a piece of paper stuck on the top or a label, and there's all my passwords. Right? So if I forget mine, I just pull the disk out of the tray. It's kind of the last place like people would probably look. However, if you're in a shitty neighborhood, they would probably just take your entire computer. Oh yeah, anyway, so the old school, just have a notepad with your passwords on it. Don't put it anywhere online, because if your computer somehow gets like remote controlled, you know, Windows 10 and everything, yeah, that you'll pretty much just lose all your passwords and you have to make new ones up before it gets stolen. So now I believe like this is only Boogie's case with this two-factor authentication thing, but I think like knowing, what was it called, Linux Tactics or some shit like that, I don't know. He got hacked as well, and he's like a big tech head apparently. And there's also Leafy is here, which is quite recent. Now I get the feeling they're all Americans, right? So they all must be using Verizon, or maybe they're Optus and Telstra, or whatever other ones they have in America. Maybe the hackers just asked them and they'll probably give them as well, knowing phone companies. So I think that's how they've gotten in. They've used two-factor authentication, got the text message on the wrong phone, got access to their account, and then further got access to the other ones, depending whether they use two-factor, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So yeah, if you're a smaller YouTuber, you probably won't have much of a problem. It's mainly for like big YouTubers, so even though they're clearly not going to watch this video, but just saying, I think that's how they're doing it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, I suppose. It's nothing much, just whatever. See ya.